Mitch, I'm going to do a discussion on tweezers for wargaming. I haven't really seen a discussion on those in quite some time, so I wanted to give sort of my 2 cents and my opinions on the ones that I've tried. These are tweezers, they're 6 inch from the hobby store, and nice and light. I like these. However, I've set up 4 stacks here. 2 stacks of the DVG extra thick counters that DVG has, and then the traditional GMT style. This is from Unconditional Surrender. GMT style thickness of counter. So we have a good stack here and then a massive stack over there. What I found was that this did not get the reach that I needed to get when you have these larger stacks. So when you come in through here, it's just not as stable, and I'm gripping it from the absolute corners, and I just didn't like the stability of it. I wanted something longer, as well as if you get these big 55-inch maps, you're having to reach way over here to grab counters on these massive maps. So you get a map and it goes on the other side of the table. I'm having to reach over, and if you have like a loose sleeve, it's sort of dragging. And so I didn't like this. I thought I had to get my hand a little too close than I would want. So I think these would be good for something like L&L Publishing, to where you have a small map, or Conflict of Heroes maybe, to where you have just a small map, a little bit of area to navigate. I mean, just my opinion, but the 6-inch tweezers did not do it for me for a large full-scale campaign map. And just personal preference here, I did not like them. I'll tell you what I did like is all the corners are nicely shaved off. All the edges are nicely shaved. It doesn't cut you. It's not sharp. I like that. I like the extra grip here for that, and I wish some of these others had it. So overall, I mean, I did like it. One thing I found was, because this is not bent inward a little bit, it had an issue grabbing when compared with some of these others. So again, this is this 6-inch version of it. So then I went to Amazon and I got Aquarium tweezers, which is what you're going to see here. These run a few bucks. I think these were about $5 each. So I have 2 styles to show you here. These are the 10-inch, 10.5-inch, and this is the 15-inch. So let's talk about the 10-inch first. They came in straight and curved, although I didn't like the curved, so I sort of rebent the curved into my own style of what I wanted, and I pinched in the tips. So the pinched in tips allow me to grab a really nice stack with these. So you can get a pretty good stack, and these are the big clunky DVG counters. Because the tip is bent in, I can get a nice grip on it, as well as I can get a nice grip from up high on these and move them around with no problems at all. Obviously, because they're curved, you can put your hand in a nice relaxed position and just sort of grab individual ones out of the stack, make new stacks, etc., etc. I like the tip on this. I like the way that it's curved in, so it's a little better at picking things up. So that was just my preference with the 10-inch. Obviously, you can use straight. I found that I did not like straight coming up like this, because your hand is at an awkward angle compared to here, where your hand is sort of at a more natural angle, and I could just sort of sneak in here with the curve and pick these bigger stacks up. With the curved like this at more of a sharper angle than, let's say, that's not the sharper angle that I'm looking for. I wanted something a little more pronounced, so that's why I bent to my own out of the straight. Now, what I like and what I don't like, I like the length on these. Nice and light, very light, easy to hold these for hours and hours and hours. It does not have the little grippy section like this. Does not have that, so it's just a straight metal. It does have a grippy thing here, which obviously is going to be important when you're picking things up. Again, these are aquarium tweezers designed to reach into your aquarium and move around plants, rocks, things like that without, pulling up your sleeve and getting your hands soaked and arms soaked. So aquarium tweezers, nice and easy to close. They had a good opening that made it easy to pick up even the big hunky DVG chits, as well as quite easily can pick up some of these massive stacks as well here. So you have a pretty good grip on this stack. It is sort of a corner grip, but if you want to come in like here, that is a nice firm grip. I mean, nothing's going to flop out. So I like this. I mean, you put a little bit of pressure on it, and you have this pretty firmly gripped in there. And this is about an average stack that you're going to pick up off the table. Standard GMT sized counters. So overall, I like this. What I don't like is this does have sharp edges. So you need to get it like a file and just sort of file it off a little bit to remove some of the edges on there. But overall, I really like these. I think they're pretty good quality for, $5-6. So this was the Aquarium Tweezers 10.5 inch. These are my absolute favorite. And I got a straight one sort of as a backup if I just want to do something like, just come in and pick this up. Obviously, it's not going to be an issue. As you can see, I mean, here's the reason why I don't use the straight ones. You're trying to sneak in here, and it's surrounded by other stacks. You're going to knock something over. But if you have like a big open game board and you just want to pick up a stack, these straight ones are boss. I didn't like the hand position coming in like this. I don't mind this occasionally, but doing this over and over for like 7 hours just wasn't my style. This here. So, but you can quite easily do this for 7-8 hours. No problem at all. Just sort of sneak in and grab. So let's talk about the final one, which is the 15. I think it's 15 or 15.5 inch. These are massive. What I immediately didn't like about these are a clone of these other ones. It's just a longer version. What I didn't like about these was just the heft. It weighs a lot. It's not a trivial amount of weight. I mean, it weighs quite a bit. I mean, it's designed to be heavy duty. You're going to pick up a heavy duty rock in your aquarium type thing. I think this would be good for like a short session. If you're going to be playing for an hour and a half, maybe you're doing a quick scenario, right? You break out Unconditional Surrender, Operation Dauntless. You want to do a quick 60, 90-minute scenario, just bust it out and just then go eat dinner, and just sort of set it up and have fun with a small map or something. I think these would be all right. It's just overkill for something like that. I mean, for something like that, especially if you have a small map, 17 by 24, 34 inch map, this is going to be sufficient. This is going to be more than sufficient. For that, I just would not use these for a long period of time. Again, it's a hefty tweezer. I mean, when I opened it up and immediately picked it up, I immediately knew that I was not going to use that very often. So it would be good, I guess, for if you need to reach across the table. So you have one of these far-reaching maps. Maybe you have a 55-inch map, and you need to just sort of chunk across the table type thing. I guess that would be all right. I mean, we can move these from here way over to here with no problem at all. So I guess that would be all right. Maybe you're in a James Bond movie and you're just sort of moving cards around, in Europe somewhere. That would be all right. But overall, I mean, I like the length. Overall, I just wish they would have a lighter version that had thinner tongs and wasn't so heavy. I think that would be ideal. If I could find that, that would be great. That would be fantastic. And I've looked everywhere, too. I went to aquarium stores, Amazon, I went online to various aquarium online shops. I just couldn't find anything that wasn't massive and heavy. What else I don't like about these is it has the sharp edges. You need to break out a file and really file it off and just sort of give it a little trim there. Make it to where it doesn't cut you or cut into your hand. So, but again, I mean, I do like that you can reach across the table and do a bunch of things like that. That would be kind of cool for these massive 55-inch maps. Or, you know, you're at the game store and you're playing a war game and somebody has like a 3-table campaign map all glued together or whatever, taped together. I think this would be good for that. You know, hey, let me move that. I mean, I might take it for that or something. But overall, for home use, I can't see myself using these much. Again, the 10-inch one wins for me for just overall. Obviously, I'm going to keep all of them. I mean, they all have their use, but I think this was 10.5-inch, the straight, and then curve it yourself so you get the curvature that you want, as well as you can bend the tips in a little bit for the tight spaces to where you need to get in here and get the bottom one and get a firm grip on the bottom one with nice stability. So anyway, I'm Mitch, and that's my review of tweezers. That's just my 2 cents on what I liked, what I did not like. Like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate everyone for watching my channel, and see you next time.